expression. This is horseshit. Fuck shit ass, as Kaine done swears a lot.
Which, man, I love Kaine for that. She's so real. I, too, love to swear a lot. When I am angry or depressed. It's awesome.
Or really needs to demand attention as well.
Yeah. Nothing you can really do about that, though. Also, the reason why frame rate's low is because, performance reasons. I think this is the save. Let me check. Okay, that's hard. Man, it kind of feels weird with the way they do their saves in this game. It feels like it's... Like, I get it for ending reasons, it's like that, but also, man, they could have at least labeled the saves easier.
Do all of them have ending W unlocked?
No, I got ending U, which is the one I think where I blew myself up at the bunker.
Yeah, but you have ending W as well, because ending W is broken wings by fucking dying in the tutorial. So you have ending W, so that's the save that you have. Because ending W, broken wings, die in the tutorial when you're in the ship sequences.
Yeah, that and I have my game on hard mode, so I think it should be good.
Yeah.
Alright. I keep forgetting how... I don't know what it is about this game. It's just calming. Like, very calming to just play. Like, there are times...
calming games.
There are times where I just boot it up and then just stay in the City of Ruins and just wander.
Wander, you say?
Wander over yonder, yeah.
There was another game that...
That's your...
another game you could stream sometime.
That you remind me, yeah, that's also on my list of games I need to stream. Shadow of the Colossus. Game that apparently is really good. And is a puzzle game.
It is, and it's a prequel. It's a prequel to Eco, and then you can play Eco, and then you can play The Last Guardian, because that's the end of the trilogy. And then you realize that, man, Last Guardian kind of stinks that early game, because it has some mechanics that are interesting, but they don't play very well, unfortunately.
Yeah, but what about developers' intention? What about the developer's intent?
The intention is you can still make a game that plays good, even if you want to get around the fact that your dragon animal thing doesn't listen to you and it's hard to control.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You can still make the game play well.
Yeah.
They aren't mutually exclusive. The game's fun, regardless. It just has a very rough start. It's like Blitzball in FF10. Blitzball is amazing. You just have to upgrade your guys to not suck ass and be the only good player on the team. Once their XP bar goes up and they start learning some tricks, then it's really fun.
I still wonder why Nier Automata doesn't let you lock on hard mode. It feels like it's not really needed.
Did they make it an OS kit you have to install?
I don't think it is. Like, I don't know what it is. Like,
because from easy to normal, some of the OS kits that came default in easy become ones you have to buy for normal, like autosave and shit like that.
No,
if I remember correctly.
You remember correctly?
So it could be the same one where it.
Because the ones on easy mode, they're just like, oh, auto combo, auto attack, auto run, that type of stuff, and auto dodge. Also, man, the song finally picked up. Let's go. Yeah, this... I don't know. This game just calms me down for a lot of the time.
Yeah, no, it didn't get turned into an OS chip. It's just people complaining, man, the game already has the soft lock on. Why can't it have the hard lock on anymore? And it's like, well, get used to it. Turn up your sensitivity is the only answer to that question that people have.
It just kind of makes it annoying. Like, the game's already hard enough on hard. To hide away the lock-on just to make it artificially harder is just... It just feels annoying.
I guess, yeah.
Not only that, technically it doesn't even matter because you can't even say, "Oh, it's because players are just gonna abuse the pod." No, because the lock-on makes your pod inaccurate. So, I don't know what the problem was.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't use the lock-on for my pod anyways because of the inaccuracy, and also, me trying to lock on is an extra button that I have to then add to my remembering to press this button. When I can just hip fire the pod. It also helps I don't use the laser that often. 90% of my pod abilities are like the hammer and the defensive ones.
Yeah, I need to replace the laser with those. I like the spear, or like the, oh, does the knock this thing and just summon a sword from the bottom or the ground. Which, I need, speaking of, I need to find Noctis's sword, it's the machine blade at some point in the game.
It's at the oil refinery plant where you get the great sword, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'll need to make my way back there to get it.
I'm not sure what the trigger is, but it's over there.
I know there are 2 spots to get it.
Maybe you have to do with because it might be when you start doing the quest where you have to start tracking down the rogue A2 units, or the rogue units that A2 is a part of, and you find some of them and you kick their shit in.
Yeah. But yeah, like, love this game. Really fun. Still has the same problem as probably most of Yoko Taro's games, is that they just barely qualify as action RPGs. Like, just barely. Dragon Guard 3 just barely.
I had it slightly wrong.
Nier Automata in Replicant just barely, although it's much easier to understand because that one actually has RPG elements, whereas Dragon Guard 3 barely has any. Like, it's weird.
It's slightly wrong. It isn't the engine blade you get when you go back to the factory, but you get to walk inside of it and take an elevator down. It isn't as soon as you can go back to the abandoned factory and you grab your greatsword. It's when you go to the abandoned factory and the elevator unlocks, and then you can take the elevator, and it's just like in a chest in there somewhere.
Yeah, I see how it is.
So it won't be for a while, but not that far. I think the abandoned factory is like the first area that you end up going back to for a full dungeon. Or is it amusement park is the second one, right? Or is it amusement park that factory?
Yes.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Because I'm pretty sure it goes to amusement park goes to Pascal's area. Yeah. And then Pascal is maybe it's Pascal and then it's factory, because doesn't she tell you to go back to the factory?
I don't remember. But I remember going through the
Pastel
castle at least before the story directs you back to the factory.
Yeah, you go to the factory like 3 times because there's because if I remember correctly, it's I think it's amusement park, Pascal, factory, back to Pascal, forest, castle, factory, water area, the drowned city, state change, go fight Adam, end game.
Maybe.
And obviously, you do the desert stuff and fight Adam the first time before you even go to the amusement park.
Well, technically, the desert area is where you fight him the first time, because that's still before their names are given and before they split into 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that you go to the oil refinery, or you go to desert, oil refinery. No, refinery, desert. Which, did you make it that far in Nier Replicant?
No.
To find Facade?
I don't know.
Okay. Facade is the desert city that you find in Replicant. It's the city, Replicant / Gestalt, where it's a city hidden in, the wasteland. Kind of spoilers, but that desert is Facade from Nier Replicant. Because it isn't really spoilers, because it's just set dressing, but there's the item drop that's the mask from Facade. And it's like, oh, cool. Returning areas.
Yeah, they're returning areas, but they're actually not, because they're all destroyed. That means there is no area that return, just the remnants of one.
There's Dark Souls 1 to Ulasil, where it's like, oh yeah, Ulasil doesn't exist anymore. Someone put a whole ass mountain on top of Ulasil because the Colosseum is where Artorias' grave is, and where the Hydra is where Calamite is. But once you hit Ulasil proper, it's like, oh, that's just a mountain now. You put a mountain on top of the city, and it's like, oh, they're probably trying to seal up the abyss or some shit. That happens in Dark Souls 3 too, where it's like, hey, this area is secretly Ulasil, and it's like, now that doesn't make sense. And it's like, don't worry about it. This is Ulasil. Don't you get it? It's Ulasil. Here's characters from Ulasil that only exist in Ulasil. And it's like, that doesn't make sense for this to be here. How did this happen? And then it's like, oh, how did Facade get buried underneath the desert? And then also somehow in the base game have an oil refinery right up and next to it. And it's like, yeah, don't worry about it. The oil refinery is somehow built for all the humans before the
I just checked. The story doesn't make you go back to the factory until after you've saved S in Route A.
Oh. Okay.
There's got to be a way back then. I feel like there's a way back.
There is.
There is a way back. It's just
where you first see like the grassy area, and like with all the moose and whatnot, there's a bit of road that comes down into the ground.
Oh, you mean the forest?
Not into the ground, but onto. No. Like the building area, the ruins area where there's the moose and the boars and all the grass, and the giant Goliath thing, from like the start of the game. That area where it's the ruined city, ground level of where you touch down onto the building, that general area, there is what was probably once like a bypass road. You go up it, and then you just follow that path, and you're straight into the factory. You can tell I've explored a lot of automata.
Yeah, probably more than I have, which, man, I still hate the fact that when, one of the main reasons I haven't gotten ending E back when I first owned the game, and I hate this, because it's not even my fault for this
Oh yeah,
one.
that area.
This one?
You see the bottom? Yeah,
Over there?
that general area. Okay, no, it's the one connected to where you are, because that way's the castle and the forest. Turn around.
Yeah.
Guessing over here?
To the right. Right. Okay, open up your map. It's just gonna be easier that way. Okay. You see that big thing where there's like the browny gray area on your right?
This part?
That's the factory.
Got it.
Yes. And you can see there's a bit of a bridgeway there. That's what I'm referring to.
Okay, then. Yeah, my memory is shot for Nier, because I remember... one of the main reasons I haven't gotten ending E, and I hate this, is because the bullet hell segment, where everyone comes to help you, I wasn't able to do, because... I wasn't able to do it, because I needed access to the internet.
Internet access.
Yeah, and because of that, I was basically just stuck without it, and I was screwed. And I'm like, well, I guess I gotta watch ending E on the internet now.
Yeah. I'm just glad that that doesn't require like the paid subscription crap.
Like, yeah, I'm glad it does, but also, man, like, I get it. You wanted to make it feel like the community was helping you out. Everyone bought the game. But come on. Like, at least make a failsafe just in case they didn't have internet.
Did you die and then you didn't have any way to...
No, I'm talking about how I was not able to get ending E because at the time I didn't have internet, and because of that, no one was able to help me with the final credit sequence with like the bullet hell. Like, you know the sequence where the Weight of the World plays and it's just you're shooting up the credits of like everyone that was involved?
Yeah, I thought there was a way to do it without online.
Yeah, there is, just
like,
really hard.
Well, maybe I'm misremembering. But I swear it also counted all of like the corpses that you find on the ground in Recruit. Even if they aren't a part of your game anymore, if you recruited them at some point, they got added to the will help you at the end. But I could just be lying. That could just be me making fake memories because I played this game a decade ago.
It's just a pain, and it kind of makes me upset because a lot of like this game does a lot of stuff right, but then there are those little nuggets of just why that exist that makes you realize that yeah, because it makes you realize that Yoko Taro's games are weird like that. Also, great sword.
Yippee!
It's the cool one.
Virtuous contract.
Virtuous treaty. Contracts the katana.
That was my first guess. That was my first guess.
If you're gonna do a little bit of sequence breaking to get the really good crit dagger really early, Phoenix Blade or whatever.
I know one of the best weapons in this game is like a spear, which I need to try to find. Because considering my hard, I'm playing on. Considering I'm playing on hard mode, I'm gonna need to try to find weapons I can get really good that are good and also have high level caps, so I can basically level them up with the highest damage possible for this.
Then I don't think the Phoenix Blade will count because I'm pretty sure the Phoenix Blade is a short dagger like straight sword thing that's really powerful, has no range, and is a bitch and a half to upgrade. But it starts out pretty good. But you can only get like one level up in it for the longest while. It's when you go to the mall that you find the flower in. If you jump off the bridge and parkour your way down, somewhere down there is the Phoenix Blade. It's really fast, and it has crit bonuses on it, I think.
Man, it's so weird coming back here when everything's all, like, turned off for the most part.
There are 3 Phoenix weapons: dagger, lance, and sword.
Then that's the dagger, because I know it's the shitty, not shitty, but the tiny one. I call it shitty because of its length, and I like big, long weapons. I'm a big fan of spears and greatswords, and so like. Yeah, the dagger should be in the pit where you jump down. Unless it is the sword, and all of the Phoenix weapons are just short. But I think the sword, the Phoenix sword is in the castle. Or maybe that's the spear that's in the castle. Buy it, or it's around that really good, the good blacksmith that's chilling underneath that ledge.
Sword is in a chest in the city ruins, but requires you to be 9S because you need to hack. The other 2, the lance is in the desert area and requires the scanner. And then Phoenix dagger is found near a waterfall within the canyon outside of the shopping center. The area can be accessed either by jumping off the bridge or taking the elevator down via the secret entrance in the forest zone.
Yeah, I always jump off the bridge. I didn't know there was
Yeah.
I didn't actually know there was an elevator in the forest.
I did. But it's one of those things where, like, it's kind of hard to find because it's a bit more tucked away. It's also the same elevator you can take that brings you down to the cave area from, like, where you would enter in the desert to go to Emil's area. Because that cave system is connected to the same elevator that's in the canyon and in the forest.
Okay. Maybe I did go down there once just to take the Emil pathway, but like, who knows? Maybe I never did. I just took the roundabout way for both.
I know the engine blade is somewhere. I'm just trying to remember where.
Engine blade.
Because I know
I forgot there were just Emil heads as a fist weapon.
That's kind of fucked up.
In a room only accessible by jumping on the first set of machine presses in the abandoned factory's underground area. Start from factory hangar access point, head up from there.
Factory hangar.
Okay, I'm pretty sure hangar is locked.
No.
I'm pretty sure the hangar is locked until late game. Because if I remember correctly,
I don't think there is.
Right now, because half the factory is locked. You have to remember, you can't do the factory right now. You can go back to where you were at in the factory, which is the, like the shipping containers area. But there is no going to the bottom layer yet. Door's locked. Get the key. And I'm pretty sure that elevator...
Doc's right. Hangar's not accessible until Chapter 9.
Really? Because I remember there's like 2 ways to get it. Remember watching an old playthrough or an old guide saying that, oh, if you want to find the engine blade, look at these spots. So you gotta get it really early or really late. I know the Dragon Quest stick is a late game thing. I remember the engine sword being able to be found early, depending on what character you're as.
I think because I also remember getting the engine blade super early and not realizing I had to wait for the factory to get it. But it could also just be both of us played the game quick, and we got to chapter 9 before we realized it, and then we stopped right before the end game to do cleanup.
Well, it's also the case that, like, once you're in the forest area, the chapters just kind of start rolling along, so it ends up going a lot faster than you would think.
Yeah, that too. Because I swear I had the engine blade for a majority of my 2B playthrough, but it could also just be.
Well, you also get access to 2B again at the start of Route B. That's part of it.
Yeah, could be.
And that's before it diverges into A2 and 9S.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is just both of us played the game quick, so we hit the engine blade pretty early after going back to the factory. Because I swear that the boss that you kill, who you get to hang out with, and he gets mossy as time goes on, was through a lot more of the game than he actually is. And that's also just because I think he appears after chapter 9. And you just hang out with him more. Because lots of cleanup, lots of side content. Yeah, hangar definitely blocked off. Whether there isn't another way to get the engine blade, no clue. But for sure, you're not getting down into the hangar anytime soon.
Oh yeah,
unless you blitz the story.
Like I said, I feel like I've seen a walkthrough somewhere about getting the engine blade early. I think there has to be.
If there is, that's probably how I got it too. If there isn't, both of us just played the game fast. If I find my tablet left, I'll bring up the whole entire. I'll bring up the game facts and just search every instant that they mention engine blade and read every single piece. And I looked at the wiki, and the wiki just states the one place in the hangar. But the game facts. Is game facts, and game facts rocks, and they probably know what's up.
If not, I'm just wasting my time here. And at least
game facts is amazing.
Oh, it's really good. Some people,
for whatever reason,
some people meme on it, and I'm like, why? It's so useful.
Not only is it useful, but it's filled with artists. Some of my favorite things is the ASCII art that people do. And it's like, my God, you have perfectly recreated the Final Fantasy logo with very accurate portraits of some of the characters in ASCII art. And it's like, my God, I wish I could siphon off some of that talent, even a fraction.
Yeah, it must have been just that you played it fast, because I'm looking at where... on the fandom page where you're supposed to start to try and get it. That place is not accessible until chapter 9.
I'm probably high.
And that's why I was
remember that area.
And that's why I said I was going to go to GameFAQs, because I looked at the wiki and it's like, there's the elevator that you take down, and then you walk across the conveyor belt, and you go to this tower, and then you drop up or go this way, and it's like, yeah, that's definitely chapter 9 stuff. You can only really go back to the storage container area and like a few walkways.
Which, now I bring up game facts and game guides. You ever seen those RPG guides where like how to max level really fast, and it's like, oh, how do you do it? Okay, so get this end game gear that you get from killing this secret boss.
I've seen that, but on like a YouTube video for like SMT5, where it's like how to get to max level easy, and it's like, do the boss rushes or use the DLC item. And I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
You're gonna be this way.
I hate the ones that say use this DLC item worse than the ones that tell you to fight this tough enemy early.
Oh yeah.
Because I can fight a tough enemy early, sure. That's how I level in Persona. I hit level 50, level 60, and then it's time to fight the Reaper until I'm level 99. I'll fight tough enemies as much as the next person. But fuck off if you tell me to level up really quickly, and the game tells me speed run to fucking the Dark Souls 3 chapel area, and then hop into the DLC, and then run across the entire DLC, picking up every single large chunk and all of your separate Titanites, and then go here and drop off this ledge and pick up these like 6 heroes of a soul of the great heroes, and it's like at that point I'm just playing the DLC. That isn't early. That's you're telling me to use DLC items.
Yeah.
With me, it's
also more annoying if you don't have the DLC, because that's the thing with DLC. It's optional to get.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you don't have it, you're shit out of luck, and that way the guy is just pointless.
Yeah. That happened to me way back in the day, where it's good PvP build for Dark Souls 1. This was before Dark Souls 2 had even come out, and the first thing is go to the DLC and get the gold tracer from What's-Her-Face. And it's like, fuck off. 90% of the guys tell you should go to the DLC and steal the gold tracer off of What's-Her-Face. And it's like, no. Not only do I not want to kill her, but I don't own the DLC.
With me, I think it was with Kingdom Hearts, where it's like, oh, how to level 99. Okay, get these 4 EXP boosters by killing this secret boss, fighting this really rare enemy that's really hard to spawn, and 2 of them you do through, like, collecting all the Dalmatian puppies. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. You can go fuck yourself. You are lying to people. Especially with the whole, oh, do this early. Fuck that. And I get annoyed. And it's even worse because it's an achievement for that as well in Kingdom Hearts. I'm not an achievement guy. I just like to do level 99 for Kingdom Hearts for the sake of it. But it's hella annoying when you're trying to look for a guy to fast level and it literally says beat endgame bosses to unlock the EXP boosters. And I hate it when devs do that. I hate it when guides say to do that. Because why would you give me the EXP booster after I kill the hard boss?
That's another thing. EXP boosters that you get, like the 80% mark, worthless. What do you mean I'm getting an EXP booster for killing Kulex? He doesn't actually drop an EXP booster, but I'm just using that as an example of you usually fight him after you've already gotten the best gear in the game, just due to the fact that he's tough as hell.
Like, I guess it's like balancing reasons, because it's like with Kingdom Hearts, it's like, oh, a 20% increase with each one, and you can carry multiple. It doesn't matter who has it equipped, it's an increased booster for everyone. It's still annoying, though, because it's like you're hiding it on the hardest bosses that don't need it. Why are you hiding it with the bosses that don't need it? It's stupid and frustrating. I'm just gonna head back. Man, it's annoying. I hate it when they do that. And then I remember seeing one with Nier Automata as well, and it's like, oh, how to max level early? Oh, kill this enemy that's like in like with A2, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh yes, I sure do love an XP bonus thing that's only on the 3rd or 4th route.
I love getting my EXP boosters near the end of the game, where they're borderline useless because my level is so high already. It's especially bad with games like Persona.
What's worse,
where like the like
Giving
SM.
an EXP booster.
I was gonna say it's really bad with games
Oh,
like
no, go
SM.
ahead.
I'm gonna say it's really bad with SMT games, and not like just like SMT mainline, but like all in the SMT brand. It's really bad when it does stuff like that, because it's like what, like the max level you're ending an SMT game is like what, level 70, level 80. Like
Yeah,
that's usually the end
I
level
think
you
so.
get, like the average. So why in God's
Maybe it
name
depends.
are you giving me an EXP booster for near the end of the game?
Yeah. Oh. I failed this, and I explicitly picked the EXP booster for my Kingdom Hearts 1 Proud run. I picked the Start at Dusk, which gives you a late game EXP booster after like level 45 to 50.
Yeah, with Kingdom Hearts 2, it's not nearly as egregious because it's the EXP booster you get like midway through, and it's, I feel like that's the perfect way to do it. You get it midway through, and there are three EXP boosters in Kingdom Hearts 2. There's one of them you get through leveling up because it's a level thing. One of them you get as a Keyblade, and then one you get as another level up. I think, I don't remember, but I think it's one is a
Yeah.
Keyblade, and and you have to have like half your health, like, or below half health, which is really useful because secret bosses in KH2 are no joke. Sephiroth kicked my shit in, so yeah.
It's fair. Also, looking up, yep, Engine Blade, only factory. The game facts I pulled up is very explicit. Uh, the Engine Blade, treasure in the abandoned factory underground, area unlocked only later in the game.
Yep, I had a feeling. I just can't. I just left the factory at this point. I'll just get a leader. Man, I want the new
Yeah.
font because
I
if you get the
think
Dragon
also-
Quest sword or the Engine Blade, you get the FF15 font or the Dragon Quest 11 font.
I didn't know that. Oh, the Dragon Quest? Not Dragon Quest. What is the sword name for the Dragon Quest weapon?
It's just a
Keep saying
stick.
Dragon Quest.
It's just a stick.
Dragon Guard.
Uh,
Oh, the Cypress stick.
yeah, the Cypress stick. Yeah.
The Cypress stick. Okay, that's just in the forest. Because I wasn't sure if it was the Cypress stick or it was Faith. But Faith is like only in the third route. On A2's side, I think. You're gonna gamble with your fast sidearm weapon. If so, you should get the Iron Pipe, which is one of my favorite weapons. It has the highest
yes.
potential damage and the lowest potential damage because at max it is a fast weapon that has crit plus high stun with a range of 100 damage, which is worse than the minimum of like your basic sword, but has a maximum of like 900.
Oh, yeah, I'm a gambling man. Hell yeah, let's do it. Where's the pipe?
On your way to the amusement park, just fish in the sewers.
Ah, okay. So I need a. Oh, so I need to get a fishing rod.
And it's just a matter of you already have a fishing rod. It's innate. You just have it. You just hold down circle when over water, and you fish.
All right. I'm gonna try to see if I can do any more
If you want to
side
get an ending, you
quests.
can get that. You can get the fish ending if you want right now. It's fish up a fish and then eat it.
Why? What happens? Does your systems just bug out because you're not meant to be eating fish?
Very much.
This fish is so oily and greasy going through your system, it clogs up everything and you shut down.
That's funny.
I found that out because you catch a fish for Jackass, and then she's like, here's some, and then she offers you to eat it. So you probably listen to her and you eat it, and then you die. You get an ending.
Man, you gotta love Yoko Taro being an absolute troll. Because
I don't think of other fun endings.
he just
Right
kind of
now,
loves
I'm
to do
blanking on
that.
like 90% of the fun endings. Because there's Bunker, Broken Wings. There's the final ending where when you have all the weapons and you go to Emil.
What do you even get for beating Emil? Just an
Move
ending?
away.
Yes, but you have to let him kill you, or else it won't count.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like Broken Wings. It's you failed to stop Emil in his super boss form, and if you die, if he explodes. Is it spoilers to say what he does if you fail his ending, or if you fail and get that ending? Because it is explicitly like the last ending that you're probably going to get.
I didn't
Besides
fail
the one
the
that
ending,
takes your
so I
life.
don't know what happens, but I assume it's something related to Replicant.
He nuclear bombs the entire planet because he gets so worked up that he just starts melting into the earth and explode everything. If I remember correctly, beating him causes him to think rationally again and cool down. Don't do that; he overheats. Oh no, there's a crater in Earth now.
And the Earth is also destroyed.
I think. Let me fact check again just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure that is.
There I go. Got back my plugins.
Yep. Ending Y. If you fail to stop Emil by time running out or you dying, is the only missable ending in the game. He will then self-destruct, killing all of the Emils and destroying the planet. But it's even like a huge crater. That explosion was so big it salted the entire Earth, and now no plants can thrive, and it's just a barren wasteland.
Basically a dead world.
Possibly because Emil is, yeah, probably because Emil is all across the entire world by this game happening. Because it's God knows how many hundreds of years after Nier Gestalt / Replicant. It would be the first time Emil nuclear explodes himself. He kind of has a habit of doing that in extended media.
And I'm guessing if you manage to calm him down, nothing really happens.
Yeah, you get more plot. I think he vaguely mentions Kaine because of the ending of Nier, which I probably have mentioned the ending of Nier Replicant, but he only mentions Kaine. I don't even think he mentioned Yona. I think it's just Kaine.
What? Yeah, it's just Kaine.
Man, I know there's some cool tech you can do in this game. Well, not even tech, just moves. But the game doesn't tell you how to do it, so I'm trying to figure it out.
The moves are based on the weapon itself.
Well, yeah.
Correctly.
Well, it's
you
that.
Just might not have the right weapon.
Well, it's that, and also there's just also some hitting moves as well.
Also, upgrading your weapon gives you longer combo strings, so you might not be able to physically do it until you upgrade it, and you unlock your third square or your fourth triangle in a move. And then after the fourth triangle, then you can do the next square. There's also OS chips that give you new moves as well. I think they're very rare, and there aren't many of them. But there's like the one that gives you AoEs on all of your swings. And then some give you extra air time, allowing you to do more air combos. and they're easier to perform if you have those abilities.
Oh, Christ. God, this game's so chill that my brain is immediately going into just calm mode and immediately trying to yawn. And I'm like, no, 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 focus. Take time to do main story. Like, I get in a certain flow state with this game. Like, did it ever happen with you where you get in a flow state with a game and you just feel like calm and sleepy?
Not really.
Because for me, a flow state is I'm so unbelievably locked in, nothing can stop me now, and then I just don't fail. Like, as much as I give shit for Dark Souls 3, that game gives me a flow state where I'll just rapid fire the last, like, 8 bosses in the game without as much as having to heal more than twice. This game is an anti-flow state where I play it for like an hour, and then I'm like, I'm gonna get my big blankie and some nice cup of milk and go to sleep.
It's comfy. It's a comfy game. Until Route C and D, until Route C. It's a comfy game.
I'd argue until Route B, because when you're playing as 9S, not only are you having to do the hacking minigame more often, but you're also having to avoid a lot of enemy fire.
Well, I'm talking story-wise, where it's like, yeah, the world and story's still fine, it's still like comfy, but then once you reach Route C, it's like, oh, things hit the fan really fast.
Yeah. Route A ends with like a bittersweet, oh, well, he lost his body, but it's all nice. Everyone that matters is alive. In one way, shape, or form. And then ending B gets a little stressful, and then ending C and D are, oh, the world is shit, everything sucks, and nothing is worth the existence or the paper it was printed on. Yeah.
I like how there's a sound chip for sound waves. Oh, fishing spots. I'm gonna need that. Like, I think the only one you really need is like fishing spots and maybe some HP ups. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna equip some HP chips because man, is 2B squishy. Like, very squishy.
I'm going to avoid the obvious joke there.
Well, she's squishy physically and squishy HP wise. I'll just say that. I need to try to save up. I want to save up for Mirage and Spear. Yeah, that's when I get the cool shit. Because Mirage is...
I think my go-to ones were Gun, the big laser, and then I would switch over to Quake. Because it's just one giant blast on the ground in AoE.
I like Hammer. Half of it's because Big Bonk. It's funny. Smash him on the head.
Hell yeah. Man, I was...
Other than that, I use Blade a little bit, just because it does passive damage to when you're dodging. You can cheese out certain bosses by playing entirely defensively with Blades on, and just dodging next to them the entire time.
Oh, that's awesome. I remember when I played Soul Calibur 6.
But that was when I was like...
I was going to say that I remember when I played Soul Calibur 6 and I got 2B. I was actively appalled by the fact that they just straight up ported her combos over, making her borderline busted in Soul Calibur. Which, man, I need to get her in Grand Blue Versus. Apparently she's super fun in Grand Blue Versus. Which, play Grand Blue Versus
You can also get
Rising,
her
it's
in,
great.
You can also get her in a hit video game. I'm forgetting, but she's in a new game that came out like
Stellar Blade.
last month. Not Stellar Blade. She's in something else too. This was like last month. This was like recent. She popped up in something, and it was like something stupid too. But I don't remember what.
Yeah. Because I know the only few collabs I know is Soul Calibur 6, Grand Blue, FF14, but that's one's to be expected. Stellar Blade as like an outfit, which, man, I get it, Nikkei artist and Nikkei developer, but man, Eve's personality is, oof, barely there.
She was in the live service Gacha Octopath back in 2022.
That's right. She's in Overwatch now.
Oh, and her outfit kind of sucks.
She's in Overwatch 2.
She's in Punishing.
Yeah.
She's in Punishing Grey Raven, Naraka Blade Point, Rainbow Six. That's weird. Fall Guys?
FF7 Ever Crisis.
She's in Fall Guys.
Overwatch. Or the heck Crystal of Atlan is.
Oh, Crystal of Atlan hasn't come out yet, I think. Well, no, it has to come out because it's a collaborative thing. But that doesn't come out for another 2 weeks. That's on May 21st.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, Crystal of Atlan came out last year because it's for their 1 year anniversary to be showing up.
You think you can look into the whole mess for me? Hey, I'll help her. Thanks, I knew I could count on you. I'll tell our allies in the desert that you're coming. Care about that, okay? Oh, that means you can find that rare drop then that you keep mentioning. The mask.
Oh, yeah. Crystal of Atlan is an anime punk, magic punk apparently, MMO.
Understood, 042. Placing marker on target. The desert heat is going to make resupply efforts difficult, 2B. Please make sure you're ready before you go.
I would resupply if I had money. Oh, the music kicked in,
So
or the
many
lyrics.
crossovers.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossovers for
Hell yeah.
2B. Like, it's insane how many
I was gonna say,
crossovers
there's so
there
many
are.
that they're thankful. Oh. Starting from the oldest, Monster Hunter Frontiers, Phantasy Star Online 2, Valkyrie Automata, Anatomia, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, Gravity Rush 2, Spelunker World, Sinnoh Alice, Bravely Default, Servant of Thrones, Star Ocean, Amnesia, Calibur 6, Final Fantasy 14, Shadowverse, Project Tokyo Dolls, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, Wars of Visions, yeah, Punishing Grey Raven, Nier Reincarnated, Fall Guys, Last Claudia, Octopath Traveler, D4DJ, Groovy Mix, Rainbow Six Siege, Nakara, Blade Point, Goddess of Victory, Nikkei, Game for Peace, Grand Blue Fantasy, PUBG Mobile, Stellar Blade, Home Stars, Call of Duty Mobile, Astrobot, First Descendant, Emperor, Soria, Final Fantasy VII, Emperor Crisis, McDonald's, okay, and then yeah, Overwatch.
Which, I I think you
Dragon
mentioned
Quest,
this before that
Godzilla.
Kimiko is like very biased as well. I think Kimiko has 2B's outfit.
Yeah. If you were to guess 3 characters that they picked from Nier, what 3 characters would you think they would pick? 2B's a given, but what would the other 2 be?
Almost certainly
No clue.
A2 or 2A.
That is correct. 2A.
And this is for which collab?
Overwatch.
Yeah, they're very
I would
biased.
imagine 9S, but I'm not certain on that.
We've got a squad
Then
Well,
you would be
in a rocky
wrong
stretch of
because
Just remember
they
that
didn't
there's
pick any
nowhere to
guys.
resupply out.
They
If you
picked
need
the nameless
anything, Ben, can I
operator
help you
ladies
with?
that you find. So you get operator.
Also, it's now that I think about it, it's really just hard for you to. Now that I think about it, if you're really gonna like try to figure out how it works, man, is it kind of a pain for how to describe this? I'm guessing also one of the only reasons they even picked 2B is, well, it's the obvious one, but also because of the fact that because of the other characters, like 9S is a twink. There's not a lot of twink characters in gaming that's not an anime.
Yeah.
And unless you're going for like also Adam and Eve and all the other guys in this game, it's going to be really hard because there's not many guys with like that fit the build of Adam, Eve, or 9S.
Has a message for all of our brave androids fighting on the surface. Currently, our struggle.
Yeah, it just sucks that my boy 9S didn't get anything. And it was the nameless operator. It wasn't like 9-0 or 09 is yours. Or is it 012?
012 and 9-0. 9-0 is 2B's, 12-0 is 9-0.
I can't believe I was able to recall both of them. I'm so smart.
Those council broadcasts are always so stiff.
Foreshadowing.
Mail notification received from access point.
I like how the broadcast can also be used as foreshadowing with the whole "they always sound so stiff" line.
Yeah. Also, those same broadcasts aren't the way lyrics are able to be heard. Did you know that most of the soundtrack that has lyrics in it is diegetic and also in the world?
Hey, our leader told me all about you. Name's Jackass.
But the amusement park theme
Nice
is
to
coming
meet
off
ya.
of the amusement park
I hear
speakers.
you're planning to take out all the machines
The
in
music
the
here,
desert.
you technically
Guess that
haven't
means
met
we
her
need to
yet,
get that
but I'm
entrance
pretty
open.
sure
Looks like
the
it.
music is from the
So,
jukebox being
Jack
played,
Ass, was it?
as well as
what are you doing all the way out here?
Oh, that?
I think my favorite version of it is in your gestalt when you realize that the sound theme is being played literally by Popola next to the
Don't go
fountain,
trying to be a hero, all right?
and it loses lyrics when she leaves. And then there's a side quest that gets Devla to sing with her sister, and it adds the other half of the lyrics when you get both Devla and Popola singing.
Who opens a sealed gate with explosives? There's gotta be an easier way, right?
I would.
Yeah. Also, so last night, I remember out of boredom, I was talking about Nier as well. Apparently on Steam, Square was doing a publisher collab or a publisher sale, and one of them was Nier. And for some reason, Replicant's trailer on Steam specifically is age restricted, and I'm like, why?
It was also just on your end, because when I checked it on the app, I could view all the ones they had.
I think it's just the Steam version.
I wonder
'Cause,
if it's
like,
very specific.
it's like it has to be like on Steam. I think that's probably it. Like it's just this on the Steam URL that's age restricted. But you can view it just fine on YouTube. So I think it's just a Steam thing.
could also be people since the tags that are associated with the game are fan made,
This sand sure
and
is
you just
slippery.
tag what genre this is. That's why sometimes you get like fucking
Careful.
Tom is the
We've
tank
got
engine
enemies approaching.
conductions. The Thomas game that came out recently. That's apparently a very good train sim. Gets tags like survival horror and psychological horror and LSD and like drug-based tags, and it's like, oh, fans pick them because they're funny.
Fuck. But yeah.
I wonder if someone has these games for sexual content, and then one of the moderators looked at it and it was like sexual content, and then they saw it. It's like, oh yeah, no, probably I can see this, and then they just flagged it because if the shoe fits.
Yeah, which I find it so funny that there are people that try to like what's the word? Try to copyright strike big companies. Like for example, Bungie, they do a lot of shit wrong. They have been in fucking a lot of shit up. When they got attacked and copyright struck by some random dude for using for Destiny 2 shit, I'm pretty sure everyone went to defend them because it's like, yeah, nah, yeah, Bungie may be stupid, but they're not this dumb.
I don't know. Well, it's also just pretty funny in general.
Yeah, because it's like, wait, fuck you, me, we're copywriting our own content. What does that mean? And then they realize, oh yeah, you fucked up. You can't just do this. You could do this with any other YouTuber, but you decided to do it with a channel owned by a big company. That's guaranteed for a lawsuit.
Also, now technically a first-party studio through Sony. Which means that you, if you mess with Bungie, you also then have to worry about parent company Sony saying something.
Yeah, which you can't really, scam them when these dudes are professional scammers. You don't scam a scammer because they know the tricks.
Yeah.
And it's funny every single time.
This sand sure is
Hey,
slippery.
you made it to Facade.
Careful.
Ignore
We've
the
got
fact that
enemies
in near Gestalt/Replicant, there's no oil fields anywhere near Facade. In fact, Facade is kind of like in a canyon.
These machines are talking.
Yeah, I heard from the Resistance that they've been seeing this a lot lately. Couldn't tell you why, though.
Man, Man, I keep forgetting that enemies are borderline two-shotting you on hard mode.
Yeah, levels also already super matter in this game. It may not look like it because you don't. When you level up, it just kind of feels like nothing happens except your HP refills.
But no,
the levels matter.
Yeah,
that's
a
why I
lot.
goes Blade. Is if I'm already doing 1 damage, I might as well put on the thing that does passive 1 damage everyone around me. If I'm just going to death by a billion cuts this enemy, because I know when you fight the karate guy and his final version is like fucking level 70 something, and you can fight him as early as level 40. I just did that entire
Do you
fight
think they even understand the concept of being scared?
hitting him with paper cuts until he died, avoiding one shots with like the gun and blade.
Oh yeah, that's the way I did the first
Would
time
not
I played this
recommend
game.
But
I tried that. Big mistake. And essentially, worst hour of my gaming life back then.
yeah, I don't know. This game came out when I was graduating high school, so
Enemies in
I
local vicinity.
had literally nothing to do besides play video games. So I played Persona 5, I played this, and I played Yakuza 0.
Which, speaking of,
It may have been a time waste.
Which, speaking of, still a bit livid
My
that
time to wait.
Sega removed that version off the base version off Steam. You can only get like the definitive or director's cut.
Isn't that only for the first game? Because they did that for PlayStation as well, but it was only for Kiwami.
No, they did it for
And not
Kiwami.
Zero.
They did it for Kiwami 2, or not really
What's with the
Kiwami
weird
2,
looking
but
outfits?
a quote-unquote
Seen that sort of thing
updated
when I was going
version
through some old data. It looks like what
that
humans
they
used to
If I
replaced
remember
it
correctly, the
with.
only one,
Certain human collectives used to use
And then
Facebook.
because the
they
only one I
removed
can't
base
download
0.
is Kiwami. Okay, because I swear I could still download base 0 unless I still have base 0 installed, and that's why I was able to deal with it. But if I remember, for me, it was only one that I couldn't play. This is really unfortunate because one is the one I was partway through when I uninstalled it, and then it's, oh, well, we removed it entirely.
Well, if
Get
you
fucked,
got it
loser.
digitally, it should.
like-
Well, you should still be fine. Your saves are still good because when I
No,
got Kiwami
it's-
2 for PS5, it kept my saves.
Yeah, my
so
saves are still
we're good.
Yeah, the saves are still fine. It's the fact that they've unlisted the game entirely, so I can't download it unless I upgrade consoles.
No, I think
Or
you still
buy it for
download it. I think you can still download it. I think you're fine.
I cannot.
Check your
I
library.
cannot. I tried. I'm doing it right now.
Because usually unlisted
Yakuza,
stuff
I
can
can
still be downloaded.
Okay.
Are you thinking
Unlisted.
of Steam or PlayStation?
PlayStation,
I'm on
because
PlayStation.
on PlayStation you can still re-download
I
stuff
can tell you
even if
what
it's unlisted.
Okay, I can download 0, 3, 4, 5, Kiwami 2, and Like a Dragon. And if I hit Kiwami, it shows up, and there is no download option. It's just Yakuza Kiwami, and the little icon logo is broken. It just says overview, trending, friends, PlayStation Store,
That's stupid.
and then I can re-download the theme that came with it.
Because
So
I thought you could do
physically
that.
can't download the first game.
Can you? Why?
I can.
You gotta
if
pay.
I buy the Yakuza 1 plus 2.
You gotta pay
If
for
I
it
buy the
again.
Yakuza 1 plus 2 pack. Yeah. Like
That's
20
stupid.
bucks for the first, or it's 20 bucks per game, and I have to buy 1 plus 2. But I already own 2. They just removed 1, but they want me to buy 1 director's edition with 2. Or it might be 1 director's edition with 0, but it only comes in the double. It's a weird thing. Like that happened with the Persona dancing game, where they unlisted 4 and you can't download 4 and you can't buy 4 anymore unless you buy the collection that has Yakuza 3, 4, or Persona 3, 4, and 5. If you buy it in the triple pack, then you can re-download Dancing All Night. And it's like, why?
Which,
And it's just like,
yeah, because two out of the
That's the
3 of
fact,
those
yeah.
games suck. By the way, Dancing in Moonlight is okay, whereas Star Night, which I think is 5, is kind of doo doo. Because 5's
yeah,
music
I think I was
great,
talking to JP about that.
5's music really good, but
Yeah,
it's not really danceable.
because JP said, man, how there's not a single bad song in Persona 5. And then I told him, are you sure about that? And I told him to listen to the remixes they made for Dancing in Starlight. Specifically, the remix they did for Rivers in the Desert is so unbelievably god-awful. It is kind of hilarious.
What was
Same
his-
with Mass Destruction from Dancing in Moonlight. He never actually listened to them because he was streaming Persona 5. But Rivers in the Desert, the remix for Dancing in Starlight, and Mass Destruction for Persona 3 for Dancing in Moonlight are such god-awful remixes. It's kind of fun. But they're so bad. They're so bad.
Yeah. Which is funny because I say that Persona 3 is decent because of, like, at least with 3 Dancing is decent because the remixes actually feel like they had effort put into them. And it felt like you're reuniting with friends
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Whereas 5 just feels like it was
For
made for the
90%
sake of it.
that is true. Yeah, 5 feels like it was made for the sake of it. 4 feels like it was done for the love of the game, and then 3 was done because it's a reunion tour. But yeah, no, Mass Destruction awful in that game, but the rest of it's good. The 5 soundtrack is just butchered, really. Most of it's bad.
Yeah, you can't really remix the 5 soundtrack until like adding like EDM and all that because it just messes with 5's tone and themes.
What's that?
Yeah.
Analysis.
Like,
Mostly
It is a
if
ruin of a
if you
residential area.
listen to Mass
Large
Destruction,
numbers
it
of
feels
humans
like
resided in
they
such
added
concrete
in like
and metal
4 new
shelters.
instruments and none
The
of them
structures were
mesh well.
referred to by names
It's
such
like a
as
cacophony of
apartment
sound.
complex.
yeah.
Report. Mail notification received from access point.
Which I think one of my favorite remixes from 3 is Deep Breath for that game. Like, I don't know, I just listened to that one because it's just so catchy.
There's so many good, catchy soundtracks or
Yeah.
songs in the Persona game. It's hard for me to pick one that I casually hum. There's
Like,
ones that I casually hum, you can't really dance to. Like, I hum, like, Iwatodai Dorm. And Mass Destruction, but like it's a Mass Destruction kind of stinks in that. I'm gonna download and play Prototype.
it kind of makes me wonder if they're ever going to do more Persona 3 spin-offs, considering Reload's a thing. I don't think they are, because ironically enough, out of all the games to milk, they refuse to touch 3. That or they milked it, and there's just a bunch of Japanese-only stuff.
They kind of did. I mean, they made FES, which is the typical expanded definitive version. They made Portable, and then by then they had just moved on to 4.
Yeah.
Well,
They
if you
have
think about
time
it,
with 3 to it.
because remember, there's Persona 3, and then Persona 3 FES, which just has the answer, it tweaks some things. It's the equivalent of Final Fantasy X International. It's just the American version with some a little bit extra pizzazz. And then, you know, Portable. There's Q1, which is a Persona 3 plus 4 dungeon crawler on the DS. Dancing in Moonlight. And then all of the fighting games that the Persona 4 cast hang out in get a Persona 3 DLC. So, Ultimax, Persona 3 DLC, Cross Tag Battle, Persona 3 DLC. It feels like if they're going to be a part of anything nowadays, it's always starring the Persona 4 cast with DLC Persona 3 characters. And it's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Target confirmed.
They probably Persona.
Let's get him.
Persona 4 and 3 probably have the same amount of milking. 5 is just a whole new breed because it's evergreen content, because it hits the very specific niche of people that I don't know, it just hits a certain group of people. It hits the wider internet with all of the unsavory individuals that comes with the wider internet.
It's that and I don't know, because 3 does, like, in terms of me getting milked, I'm just thinking to myself, okay, because usually expansions, I don't really count those for the most part, because that's just the way Atlas does things. They do expansions for everything. SMT3, SMT4, SMT5.
Yeah.
That's for all their games. So
Except Portable, except the answer adds entire post-game section, and it's like, okay, sure. That's entirely new content. Kind of like, unlike Golden, where it's just one new character in a dungeon, and 5 adds a whole new semester, the third semester. But that's just replacing old content. It isn't adding directly onto old stuff. Because if you do third semester, you don't have the hiding arc of staying at home all day. Like, Portable is a whole new character.
Yeah, like
Not just a whole new character, more characters, because gender-specific new social links.
Yeah, there's not a single social link, minus the old couple and like a handful of other people that are the same between them. Like, hey, all the extracurricular activities are different. I think all the party members are different. The only ones that stay the same are, I think, student council stays the same. I think. But instead of Chitose, it's the student council president dictator guy you get to hang out with. Old couple at the bookstore. And the old dying lady. No, I think the old dying lady's before. Never mind. I think.
Yeah, she's
Is
from
the old dying
4.
lady? Yeah. No, that's right. It's the girl at the
And
park
it's more
and
so that she's the Death Arcana. You might be thinking she's dying because 3 has a social link that actually
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I'm getting it confused with the guy that hangs out with the old or the little girl at the park sometimes, and he's the dying guy. And I think he's the Sun Arcana. He isn't even death. I think he's Sun or Star. Because the Death Arcana, I think,
because ironically enough, he dies on the 19th of whatever month, which is ironic because that's also the Star Arcana's number.
Yeah. They also replaced the Moon Arcana too, so you don't get to hang out with guys who talks about food or with the video game trivia. I forget. But he also gets changed in Portable to, I don't know who replaces Moon. Someone. Probably.
And finally have Pyro Jack.
Hell yeah. Pyro Jack.
Still hate the name Jack.
I still think I think Pyro Jack might be my. I think I brought this up to JP actually, in the fact that I think I like Pyro Jack more than Jack Frost because I just like his design more. Jack Frost is iconic, and he's kind of the mascot for Atlas. I mean, not kind of, he is the mascot for Atlas, but I like Pyro Jack.
There we go. Man, some of these guys are tanky. Like, they are tanky sometimes. You gotta love the robots' dialogue in this game, because somehow Yoko Taro found a way to make them adorable when they're not trying to kill you.
Yeah. Did you ever run into any of the robots in Gestalt, or did you not make it far enough?
I didn't make it far enough,
Because there's
unfortunately.
far, like... Okay, because it might also only be on Route, like, D and onwards. Because there are these robots in Gestalt as well, but they're super rare. They're exceptionally rare. I think there's like 6 of them in the game.
These are android bodies.
Hypothesis. They were killed by local machine life forms.
What are they
I forgot
doing?
my SMP save file's character name was
It's
John
like they were
Megaten.
gathered here.
I like how the implication of how horrifying this all is that because they aren't humans, they have to get away with, oh, these aren't humans, but we can replicate their skin and show how they were basically kind of ripped apart and their skin is off, and all you see is the inner tissue. Because I feel like they're working with a soft M. It's a soft M for the most part. So them being able to get away with all this is not really surprising. Either way, I probably still can't wait for Yoko Taro's next project. I probably will check out Voice of Cards at some point in the future. It looks interesting.
There it goes.
Oh yeah, it's super fun. Isle Dragon Roars is probably... Well, I haven't played the other two yet, but the story is more simplified until you reach chapter 6.
Multiple machines detected ahead.
Because something that
But
the game
what's
doesn't
with
tell
these
you, there's
android
2
bodies?
islands
Stay
right off
focused.
the bat. And you don't learn about the other one until after. It's also annoying just how they get the true ending in that game.
It's Yoko Taro. He's always weird with it.
Yeah, but to do it in Voice of
What is
Cards,
this?
you have to find 10 mysterious cards
Don't listen
that
to
will
them too.
then affect like the magical MacGuffin item of the game and allow all 3 outcomes to occur at the same time for a true ending.
They don't have any feelings. They're just imitating human speech. Let's
I
take
don't
them out.
think any of them are missable, but at the same time, I keep thinking about one, and I'm not sure about that one specifically.
I keep forgetting about the concept of these robots trying to do the deed and they fail miserably because they're robots, which, speaking of, and robots imitating humans, I remember I talked about this with like fan art in terms for Nier, and I think I told Doc about this one, where someone made a fan art of Raiden from Metal Gear Rising specifically, managing to somehow live up till Nier Automata, and then 2B and 9S are like, oh my god, it's a human, and then Raiden's like, but am I really a human after everything that's happened? And they're like, oh my god, he's having an existential crisis, it's so cool. He's questioning his humanity.
It also is the question if he does count, because he's a cyborg by that point.
Yeah. I just still find the whole thing of
Cyborg is like
them
that-
fanboying over
Do they count
humans.
Human or more machine?
Which, yeah. I only find it funny because it's 2B and 9S fanboying over their white-haired big brother. Because for some reason, Platinum Games really likes white-haired characters, or platinum white-haired characters, because of course they do. And it's so funny to just read that comic. Because realistically, they would just be fanboying over meeting a human. That they would probably, for the most part. So they probably wouldn't understand the whole questioning yourself and having a crisis, because it's like, well, they're androids. They don't really understand it for the most part.
What's happening?
Time to watch someone give birth. It's a boy.
Technically, it's neither.
An android?
It's a Ken
No.
doll.
This is a machine.
It really is.
Hey, Adam. And I think he levels up as you fight him, right? Yeah, he levels up as you fight him.
Yes.
Is that Greg Chun? Yagami, is that you? Man, this is annoying without lock on.
Sword. Dodge. Projectile. Deflect.
I think he's evolving. We better finish this quick.
Also, I like how everything's in chaos language, which is very prevalent in Nier, as you can tell. Shit! I think I forgot to heal. That or he just one-shots and I'm just screwed regardless. Because if he just one-shots, this is probably gonna take a while. Man, look at that. Hard mode is actually hard. That's crazy. Okay, it doesn't start me at the beginning. Thank God.
Droids. Why? Fight.
I still like the clear dichotomy between Drakengard and Nier, whereas Drakengard is very much high dark fantasy. Nier is like sci-fi, but you wouldn't believe it until later.
Projectile. Deflect.
I think he's evolving. We better finish this quick.
This is the way Nier always has been when you think about it.
What? Sorry, I don't know for a second because I was.
Well, I was saying that the dichotomy between Drakengard and Nier is that Drakengard is very high fantasy, and Nier is very much sci-fi, at least for this game and the later bits of Replicants of Gestalt.
I mean, there's sci-fi in Gestalt from almost the beginning, kind of, because it starts. The very first cutscene starts you in a modern-day supermarket trying to get cookies. I guess that would be more post-apocalyptic, I guess, for Nier Gestalt. Because you start in a mall fighting cookies in the middle of, like, New York. And then you fall asleep, and then you wake up, and it's... yeah, go to sleep. Wake up. Middle of the forest. And then it's okay. It's. I don't remember when you go to the factory. You hit the factory, and that's pretty sci-fi.
God damn. I need to restock on heals after this.
So yeah, you know, Drakengard is very... I would still say Drakengard has sci-fi elements, but it's less... sci-fi explicit and more... It's not high fantasy. It's science fantasy might be a good term for it, where it's science heavy, but it's still high fantasy first and foremost. I'm trying to find a good word for it that isn't just well, yes, but no.
I want to say Magitech.
Yeah, magic attack would be good for it. Magic sci-fi maybe. Magic attack. It's I don't know. The dragon designs in Drakengard feel mechanical, despite the fact that they're
Machine.
people. And then there's the sci-fi aspect of it. I may be misremembering, but I think the other Drakengard games also just
Not
have
another
mechanical
one.
machinery.
We gotta get out of here!
Man, for the longest time I thought 9S was Yuri Lowenthal, but it's actually someone else. He sounds like Yuri, but it's not. He's very much young Sasuke era, Yuri Yusuke era, Yuri Lowenthal.
I don't know. Yuri Lowenthal, I don't think Yuri Lowenthal could do a 9S voice. Well, maybe,
It
but
is.
I don't know.
Ion McCarley.
I was gonna say,
Like, oh, Kyle
I
McCarley?
don't think you could get. I don't think Yuri Lowenthal can
Stop.
get that boyish,
Looks like we're safe now.
if that's the right word for it,
What
or
the hell
there's
just
probably a
happened?
better way to
Well,
put it.
I'm talking like
Never
early
seen a
Yuri,
machine
like
like that
what I like to
before.
call baby
We better
Yuri,
report this
aka
to
like
command.
Sasuke from like original Naruto, Tales of the Abyss, like
I guess,
that type of Yuri.
but
Let's move to an area with better reception.
yeah, but
so
you
we can
can't
contact
de-age
command.
Yuri Lowenthal by 20 years to make him sound like a kid again.
Yeah, I know.
You have to.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep in mind that he was Yosuke on Nier.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just
And
saying
that's
that
probably why I'm
9S
thinking it-
confused me for that.
You thought someone lost 20 years of their life,
Yeah, because I
and
was
they
like,
became a
9S is the same VA as home.
that name is super familiar, but my dumb brain is
Literally,
telling me I don't know what
Shadows of
name is. That's
Valentia.
the exact-
the game I was getting really annoyed
Oh.
at because enemies kept having high evade rates, and I got annoyed because for some reason I couldn't hit shit.
For
That
some
was
reason,
played by, I
he's also
remember.
Shinji from Fate.
Oh, he's that asshole?
Okay, this is good. We should be able to reach command here.
Surprisingly.
Wonder he
9S to
sounds
bunker.
dickish.
You copy?
I read you, 9S. Go ahead.
Operator, we just encountered a
Also,
pair
that's
of
hella
small
range when you think about it. He can go
We weren't
from
able to capture them, but I have
robot
contact
twink
data
to
ready for
douchebag. That's actually
Understood.
great,
Ready
great
to receive.
range.
Hopefully you can get something out of it.
Unlike other popular actors, looking at you, KG Tang, who knows KG Tang voice and not any other voice.
I'm sure KG Tang's a great guy, but man,
He's
he does
also
not.
Gran from Granblue.
Yeah,
He probably does have the range. It's just that he has the Mikami issue of we don't want you to do anything original.
I mean,
You're going to
Lucian
make
had
a
a TV
Resident
show?
he means
Shut
Shinji
up.
Mikami.
KG yeah. So what I was gonna say is, I bet all the executives are telling KG Tang to shut up, KG Tang. We don't want you to expand your voice. We want you to do Goro again. To do JJK. Do the same voice that you do everything, and then KG Tang tries to speak up, and they tell him to shut up. We don't want you here. And then it's like,
There's also Mob from Mob Psycho.
I think that's probably
Ooh.
what shot him off the map,
Dynamic
actually.
Mom.
Because Mob Psycho was like, I think, before Nier Automata specifically.
Well, Mob Psycho is 2019, I thought 2018. This is 2017.
2019 was at season 2.
Okay, so then it might have come out the same year as this. It might have come out side and side.
Or if not the year before.
Or maybe it was a year after. No, I don't think there was a 3-4 year gap in between Mob Psycho season 1 and 2. I give it a year and a half. So I think Mob Psycho probably came out right after this game, or like side and side with it. Unless there was like a 3-year gap between season 1 and 2, in which case, maybe. Sure.
Man, I keep forgetting just how big this game is, because you'd think, oh, it's an action game for the most part. But then I remember, oh right, the environments are huge and there's a lot of dialogue.
I was hoping we could talk about our next move. I'm worried
Yeah,
about the
it's
damage we took
basically
in that last
well-written
battle with the
Ocarina of
machines.
Time with better
Maybe we
combat
should return to the
mechanics.
resistance camp to resupply and conduct maintenance.
No, we should keep fighting.
Roger that. Just try not to overdo it, okay?
Yeah, I need to do some side quests.
I gotta go
Operator
jump off a
9S.
bridge so I can get a
Data upload
short
complete.
sword.
Roger.
I also have
Hell
an
yeah.
incoming message from the commander. Initiating playback. 2B, 9S. We've lost contact with several Yorha units that were on their way to the surface.
Also,
Their
you
black
could have
boxes
fooled
are
me that
online,
the commander
so
was
presume they're
blonde.
still alive.
Then again, it's
We've
the
tracked the location of their
sepia
signals,
filter they
so
have
we
at the
need all
base that
Yorha units
fucks
on
with
the
me.
surface to head over and investigate.
Well, it's most likely that she is a
Transmission.
platinum blonde / white
I heard
hair,
something about that back at
considering
the resistance.
No,
if 2B, A2, and 9S are anything to go off of.
no, she's not
I was gonna say,
platinum
aren't
blonde.
all
She's
of the
just
edges-
This
blonde.
out as soon as possible.
I would say, is it platinum blonde the immediate signifier that you're an android? You kind of have to be, but what?
Platinum white and platinum blonde are technically two different things. Technically.
Yeah, I know. Because platinum blonde is real and platinum white isn't real.
Unless you dye your hair.
Platinum white is a hair dye. I was gonna say platinum white is a hair dye. Platinum blonde is a friend who has platinum blonde hair.
And if you have naturally white hair, that just means you are really either stressed the fuck out because Marie Antoinette disease, or you got it just genetics. White hair can exist. You just can't have platinum white because platinum is a specific dye for hair dye, and as you said, platinum blonde's the exception. Which, you know, that's probably why the Yokotar also got platinum to help with this game. Both for their natural love of women with platinum white hair for some reason. Like I said, it feels like after Nier Gestalt, Yoko Taro was like, "Fuck it, I have a kink now. I love women with platinum white hair because I think that's hot." And then he also said he also loves twinks, so now he makes every single one of his characters twinks. I still fully believe that's the case.
Yeah. For units, apparently white is just the default, because it's literally you're an expendable unit, so we're not going to give you hair dye. But obviously, everyone in the village is an android, and they have black hair and brown hair.
I think there are different types of
So
androids, though,
obviously not everyone.
because isn't it implied that there's more android
yeah, 'cause
types in
you're
the world?
Well, yeah, because that's why I'm saying specifically your androids are white-haired by default, because
Of course.
you know, for an expendable unit that will probably explode for the glory of mankind, we're not going to give you hair dye.
Yeah. Which, what's funny is that
yeah, that does make sense when there isn't regular blonde, because she is not expendable as much as the rest, so she dyes her hair a more human-like color.
yeah, that checks out. Cause with white hair as well, cause Kaine has white hair, Papa Nier has white hair, Twink Boy from Nier and Replicant has white hair. So it's not just a Yorha thing. Like I said, I fully believe it's because Yoko Taro just has a thing for characters with white hair. And I was making the joke earlier that Platinum was perfect, because Platinum also loves characters with platinum white hair, because it's literally their namesake. So it's like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, I also like platinum white hair, but it has to be very. It has to fit. You can't just have everyone be platinum white.
Yeah, but that's not stopping Yoko Taro. Got the Phoenix Dagger.
I was gonna say the issue is Yoko Taro. I don't think has made a character that doesn't fit.
Get out of here.
I have now figured out that apparently you can buy drinks in the human world of SMP3 before everything goes to shit.
That's funny.
Finally gotten the trophy for it.
Oh, that sucks. You're kind of just screwed.
For what?
I jumped into the chasm to get the Phoenix Dagger. Oh, I found an elevator. We're good.
Okay, there is a way out.
Fuck!
Starting to fade.
I'm gonna go get it back. I need to get back my chips, because then I lose all my chipsets if I don't get them back. Do I? When I gotta rebuy them.
Yeah,
You
or find
should
them again.
still have them because it's like I don't specifically remember at any point losing access to like the stuff I had equipped. And I know I didn't have anything that would be like, oh yeah, you would save keep this upon death.
I can Google it. Actually, what do you lose upon? I always assumed each time you die, you lose everything that you had equipped, minus your basic OS chips. Yeah, apparently you lose all of your chips and all XP.
I know for damn
Which
sure
I didn't
there are
know
some
that,
people that.
meaning if you level up and then die, which means that if you level up and then die, you don't get your XP back until you get back to your body or save your game. Meaning you can level up like 5 times, and if you didn't hit a save spot and you die, your 5 level ups are going to be on that body.
Let me heal. Let me heal. Fuck! I just got back my chips, man.
It's better than not just getting back your chips. You could have died before you picked them up.
Let's hope I still get back my chips and it doesn't count it, because if it doesn't count it, I'm gonna be upset. So basically the game kind of punishes you for trying to just go in to get your chips, and basically it's like, oh, if you fuck up your chips, you gotta get it back.
Yeah. Also, it takes you like 5 seconds or so to reconstitute your body. Pretty sure it's not instantaneous. To avoid you from body running and dying over and over again.
Let me check. All chips. No, I still have all of them. It just turns off the ones I have equipped.
Yeah, and then if you die without picking up your body, then they get deleted.
which that's annoying.
I mean, it was all the rage from after Dark Souls 1 did it. Go rush to get your body. Despite the fact that Dark Souls didn't invent it, it popularized the difficulty of making a body run.
Which annoying as fuck sometimes. I do not miss boss runs at all.
It's why after Elden Ring, most boss runs, or even in Elden Ring, most boss runs are like 15 seconds. Because they saw Lost Izalith's boss run, and it's like, oh, that's horrific. Daughter of Chaos boss run? That's awful. That sucks. Why would anyone subject themselves to it?
Yeah, that sounds about right. It only took FromSoft 10 years. Then you get people that argue for boss
And
runs,
people complain.
and it's like, yeah.
I was gonna say, and then you look at the people that hate Dark Souls 2, and it's like, this game is so easy. They put bonfires right outside of most of the hard bosses, and it's like, would you rather the boss run? People that don't like Dark Souls 2, I always get the fact that they're just looking for something to bitch about in a game that they've been told is bad their whole life. It's okay to not like parts of the game, but to boil it down to
It probably
one
also has some of the
stat in
hardest
entire game makes
DLCs
it bad,
like out of
and
the trilogy as well, which hard is subjective for the Dark Souls 2's DLC. Is the two? I remember hearing 2's DLC being one of the hardest.
Yeah, well, it's because the base game has they kind of fucked up the balancing because they overtuned the game to allow for bonfire aesthetics, meaning in a New Game Plus you can fight a boss at New Game Plus 7 and not really have too much issue because it's overtuned in the fact that everything is super weak to blunt damage because blunt damage works by going through armor, and heavy armor has a weakness to blunt, while like clothing, it has more blunt resistance. Almost every single boss in Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2 has armor, which means that every single boss in Dark Souls 2 is weak as hell to blunt damage. So the game is really easy if you get your hands on a single hammer. You can blitz the entire game and have no issues. And then Dark Souls DLC comes out and it's dragons, which don't necessarily have armor. They have scales, which is piercing, or it's mud golems. There's like 2 bosses with armor in the Dark Souls. No, 3 bosses with armor in the Dark Souls 2 DLC, and it's all like human bosses are speed based. Oh, you have to dodge well or be quick enough to actually hit them before they dodge away from you. Because you fight a samurai, a big beefy tank, and like a noble knight with a spear. And you get some variety. But the Dark Souls 2 bosses in the DLC aren't that tough. It's just you can't exploit the fact that every single boss in Dark Souls 2 base game is weak to blunt.
That I remember the boss runs being really rough for Dark Souls 2 from a lot of people. Like a lot of people really, like especially with DLC, boss runs with the DLC were kind of annoying for people apparently.
It depends. Most of the bosses that were like the final boss had a bonfire right outside of the boss gate. Because that's an issue that people had with Dark Souls 2 is, man, the boss rushes are non-existent because half of the bosses have a bonfire right outside the gate. Like Royal Rat Vanguard, Royal Rat Authority. You can see the boss fog from the bonfire. Fume Knight has a bonfire right around the corner. Like, you see the boss gate, you hang a right, and you walk like 10 feet. And then you had boss fights that took place in memories. And because memories are, you're only in there for a total of 5 minutes, you have to boss rush to the boss within 5 minutes and then still kill the boss. And those boss rushes were hard because it's, oh, I want to fight Sir Alan or the Giant King. All of those are small areas, but they're on a strict time limit, which means tough enemies guard the boss gate. In exchange for it being a long boss run, it's a very short, tough boss run to a boss. Also, there's a specific backstab mechanic for people that are trying to get into the boss gate. Because there's like a 2-3 second wind up to actually start the boss slug animation to help people in PvP. That as soon as they get invaded, the person that gets invaded would then bolt it towards the boss gate to not have to deal with the PvP encounter. So then they added catch them in the boss fog gate before they walk in with a special backstab that does like 150% damage.
Okay. Also, Christ. That took forever.
So the boss rush is... So basically, the boss rush is, if you did try to rush it, you would probably get backstabbed and die anyways. So people didn't really like the fact that I just want to fight Smelter Demon. I don't want to fight all the enemies in the area each time I want to fight the boss. So they would rush past Smelter Demon or rush past the 3 enemies guarding his gate and hit the boss fog, only for them to not go into the boss fog right away. And then it's, I got backstabbed. What the fuck do you mean? All I did was turn my back on the enemy. What do you mean I got backstabbed? It's dark side Phil behavior of the surprise Pikachu face when you turn your back on the enemy and they attack you in the back. How could this happen to me?
I love Darkside Phil because he is exactly the type of person you want to avoid, and it shows exactly what not to do in his position.
Yeah. Yet he still exists to this day. He has failed nothing but upwards. Well, I guess I wouldn't say upwards. He has failed laterally. He hasn't gotten more or less attention. He's just consistently stayed being able to live off of his streaming life for like 15 years now. And he hasn't improved and he hasn't gotten worse. Because nothing is worse than him beating it on camera and forgetting to turn his stream off.
Which, to be fair, that was more of an accident than anything.
Yeah, but he hasn't done anything worse than that as far as I know. But he hasn't done anything better. He's just he's failed laterally.
He exists.
Yeah, he exists. He will continue to be existing. He will probably continue to exist until the day we both die as a streamer. Or until he dies.
Which I doubt
Someone's gonna die, and Darkside Phil is probably going to be streaming, even in his death.
Isn't he like in his 40s by now?
Yeah, because he got his start playing Third Strike and Street Fighter 2 back on arcades. He's the same age as Low Tier God and the Best Friends. I know because in 2018, the Best Friends disbanded to do their own separate things, and their first podcast back under Castle Super Beast was, man, I can't believe Darkside Phil outlived us.
I think it's just a canon event at this point because, like I said, there's a reason I said that Darkside Phil or DSP is exactly what to do to avoid. For example, his refusal to get good at any games. There's no way he's not rage baiting at this point. He has to be, and he knows it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dude, people are still talking about his old content. Like, last week? A few months ago, he started playing the Dark Soul or the Demon Souls remaster, and he played the original. I watched that stream, by the way. It was a shit show, but in a fun way. I won't be afraid to admit it. I like to watch Dark Side Phil. I like to watch the Dark Side Phil edits. It's fun to see someone so horrifically bad at the game beat it somehow. Somehow. Fucking, I don't know how.
Which, now that you bring that up,
fascinating.
Now that I think about it, I remember the whole Elden Ring debacle. There was this reviewer that has been exposed for being an abusive husband since then, and people are like, this guy has nothing to offer, and basically is talking out of his ass when Dark Side Phil was able to beat Elden Ring.
Yeah. There are some people that make Dark Side Phil look good. I probably talked about this, but it was the Dark Side Phil versus Low Tier God match in Street Fighter, where Low Tier God is such a despicable character compared to Dark Side Phil's falling laterally. That, I don't know, he just... Low Tier God is such an enemy for the people that he can make Dark Side Phil look good.
Which, man, it's a miracle that guy hasn't been banned on any of his fighting game accounts, considering how much he rage quits.
Yeah. I wonder how they're going to deal with rage quitting in Invincible Versus, considering Invincible fans hate losing.
Also,
and they just want the power trip, but they picked up Invincible picked a fighting game, which is one of the hardest genres to get into as a casual player.
Pretty much. And here's the thing with fighting games that they forget, is that it's meant to be competitive. If you're having a power trip, that means something's wrong with your character and needs to be severely balanced.
Yeah.
Which I will always find
Also,
funny for people discovering that the hard way.
And I think they're not going to balance the game to allow for power tripping because someone was on Twitter. Someone added the Invincible fighting game, and they're like, "This game fucking sucks. I'm always losing. Why is this game so hard?" And then it's like, "Have you? Did you skip?" Or I suggest not skipping the tutorial next time.
Hell yeah!
Is I think what their reply was.
Dude, I love devs like that because there's a difference between a developer who is high up their own ass and trying to defend their game because it sucks, and a developer that knows clearly that their players are playing the game wrong.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Fighting games is also just one of those things where you have to lab. You have to get into the meat and potatoes.
Like even a game I
only play like 3 fighting.
I was gonna say that even a game like BlazBlue Versus, one of the most simplest fighting games to exist right now. You want to know the inputs? I'll tell you the inputs. The inputs are moving left, R1. Moving down, R1. Dashing, R1. Those are your special inputs. And you got light, medium, heavy, and guard. There's very little command inputs.
It's
very little.
Yeah, I only play like 3 fighting games, and it's, how should I say it? I only play 3 fighting games. I am probably good. Sometimes you just have to go in and lab, even if you don't really care.
Yeah.
You also have to not get rusty. I pop in every year or so, and I'll play a handful of Akuma against bots just so I don't forget how to do a Raging Demon. Sometimes you have to lab. Even if you were good at the game, you have to lab. Even if you're not good at the game, you have to lab.
Yeah,
you gotta lab.
That's just the way. Yeah, that's just the way games like that are, and character action games are the same way. I know a random thing to bring up, but it is true because character action games take from fighting games, and if you want to get good at them, you have to learn the mechanics. That's just the way things are. The thing is, though, apparently, games like Invincible Versus help people discover that, people don't actually want to learn the games. They just want to press buttons. And when when they're not pressing buttons and something good happening to them, they get upset. That's when you realize that they are.
Ishan?
What?
I'm getting
You
the
cut out for a
tutorial on Disaster Shadows.
Oh, for Persona 5.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like
I'm not sure if it's one of the additions in Royal. I don't remember this from any part of the vanilla.
It should. I think it is. I don't remember enemies that explode at you if you don't stun them or hit their weakness. That just regularly hit them. They're a really good mechanic. They're ultra rare though. I think I see them maybe twice per palace.
Yeah. But like, yeah. I like how modern gaming from 2010 onward help expose who's actually trying to play the games to learn the game and try to appreciate what the dev made, and those are just like to press buttons. And I find that so funny.
No, your edition in Royal.
Yeah.
Like, you noticed that, right, Doc? Where a lot of
They are
modern...
good.
Like, I can't be the only one that noticed that. Where modern games are helping separate the people that actually want to learn the game to the people that just like pressing buttons and just cheating. Or just refusing to learn games. Like,
yeah.
Like, for example, you could tell who doesn't know how DMC works when all they say is, DMC sucks, all I do is Stinger, there's no point using other moves. And that's when you realize that, oh, they don't actually care about the game, they don't actually like the game. And are actively refusing to learn the game. And even when you argue with them, they say, well, what's the point? I could just Stinger, that does the most damage, why should I use these other moves? And it's so obvious that they don't actually like playing games.
Sometimes it's fine to not understand. I was gonna say, because some games, you can have a decent time and still be good at the game without learning it. Like, I'm gonna bring it up again. Smash and fighting games. I refuse to learn that game. I am a button pusher through and through, but I play heavy characters where I don't have true combos really, kind of, but I'm not going to learn them.
You're also forgetting Smash Bros. It's also the fact that Smash is very casual friendly. You don't have to learn constant strings. You don't have to, Smash has its own little bit of tech.
Baby's first fighting game is what it is.
Yeah, Whereas the moment you actually get into other fighting games, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck's a command input? What's a DP? What's a Hado? What's all this?"
What do you mean you want me to short hop OTG into a grab? Or a short hop OTG grab?
What do you...
It's like, oh.
And they're like, what the fuck is a crumpet dash? And yeah, which... I love Smash for getting more people into fighting games, but also it give people the wrong impression of fighting games as well. Because, it's just a really big leap. Going from Smash to any other fighting games is such a big leap. Like, most people say, oh, go to Street Fighter. That's the most, it's the basic one. It's the one everyone knows. It's the game you get to want to get into fighting games. And then they realize that, what are these 6 buttons? What's a Hado? What's a V-trigger? What's a super? What's an ultra?
I'm going to show my friend who only ever plays Kirby in Smash, and then show them how to play optimal Ibuki with having to frog hop taunt over people to get her 15% damage bonus. Because you have to frog hop to get her damage into a string of lows.
Yeah. Which, like I said, it's why I'm glad modern gaming helps separate those that want to learn the game to those that don't actually care about the game's mechanics.
Been cut off. Maybe we can get from underground.
Yeah, but also, it's also one of those things where some people physically can't learn video games all that well.
Yeah, it's also that too.
I'm going to call myself out. I'm not a fine player. You tell me how to do a Raging Demon right now. I don't know. I don't know how to do a Raging Demon. You give me a controller, and subconsciously I'll put in the input. I can do the input with a controller in my hand 90% of the time, maybe 80% of the time. Sometimes I drop it. But I can do the input with it in my hands. I can't tell you how to do it because I don't know how.
Yeah, like there's
Tell me to do a Shoryuken. I don't know the input. I don't know the input for a Shoryuken.
there's
Tell me to do it.
There's also a difference
I'll
between
do
those two types of. There's also the difference between those. Like, yeah, there is also the. They literally cannot because their brains literally can't comprehend doing the inputs this fast because they're just not used to it, and people that just straight refuse to. Because you can still enjoy a fighting game and not know how to do shit. All you really need is those like fundamentals, like Tekken. I don't know how to do a 10 string, but I'm still able to kick someone's ass.
Yeah, that's why, honestly, if you want to get into fighting games, I always have 3 suggestions. And it's Smash, although I don't really care for Smash, so it's the last one I suggest. Lethal League Blaze, because that game is a fighting game based on baseball that has 4 inputs. And it's about technique more than combos. You can combo, kind of, but you have strike when you're on the ground and in the air, bunt, and grab. And you double tap the strike button through the special ability. And that's the entire gameplay.
For me, though, I think the one I recommend... I think for fighting games that I can recommend to most people, it would be
the last one.
Blaze Blue Cross Tag, Grand Blue Versus, and Guilty Gear Strive. Like, those are my 3.
Fair.
Because
the last one I was going to suggest is the newest one that's out at the time, because the newest one that's out at the time is always going to be a good one to pick because it's the one that has community and not everyone's good at it yet, which means that you will have a chance to play with people that are on your level if you don't want to play Smash or Lethal League. You play the new one.
Hypothesis. Garbage. Complete.
Yeah. The reason I pick those 3 is because they're not exactly throwing you on the deep end, but they're putting you like at the 3-foot deep parts. Like, it's not like making you do all, it's like trying not to make you learn all the command inputs or do anything crazy, but you can still do a lot of shit without having to do like super long combos. Like, for example, Guilty Gear Strive. The damage you do with a medium punch is absolutely disgusting. Like, 5 hits is enough to put your enemy on half HP.
Ooh, there's another one that I think is a really good pick for people that don't want to take fighting games seriously, but they still want to play a fighting game. Dong Dong Never Dies.
Oh,
Because
I know what you're talking about, that
shitpost.
one.
That's
Yeah.
a fighting game. And then I tell them to pick the Nostalgia Critic as their main character. And they see the Nostalgia Critic as the main character, and they're like, oh, I'm not supposed to take it seriously. And by not taking it seriously and getting good at it subconsciously, then makes you then take fighting games seriously. Because what you mean, the Nostalgia Critic has a 50-hit combo that can take you from full to dead by gun juggling.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I also picked Grand Blue because, like I said, if you want to get into fighting games but don't want to go full on, like, hurting your hands, Grand Blue Versus is a really good pick because of the way it's designed. Like, like for example, your light attack is basically, I think usually like a 3 to 4 hit, whereas your medium's a 3 hit and your heavy's 2 hits. And if you know what you're doing, you can start combos really fast and relatively easy. Because like I said, there are three stages, and it's left R1, neutral R1, right R1, or how to describe? Hold on. It's back R1, neutral R1, forward R1, and I think down R1. I think that's it. And you still get, and that's all your options, but it does it really well. It doesn't overload you with options. It gives you the basic ones that these characters use, their movesets, and still offers a decent time. Like, it's not overwhelming you, essentially. 'Cause that's one of the main issues with people getting into fighting games. They just get overwhelmed. There's a lot of moves to remember, a lot of strings to remember, a lot of command inputs to remember. Which is why I will always laugh at the
both of us are wrong.
Oh.
But go ahead.
I was also going to say, it's why I will always find it funny that Smash players threw a fit over Terry's combos.
Yeah, true combos in my Smash game.
What do you mean I can get 0 to death with this?
Not like other characters can't do that already if you know what you're doing. But I was going to say, both wrong. Do you want to know the real way to get people into fighting games? You show them Lythero, and you let it. Show them the 1 hour video of Lythero playing MBC3, and then you just let them binge like the 3 episodes, and then maybe they'll click on the Sonic Adventure one, or the.
Dude, the Sonic Adventure ones are funny.
And then they'll be like, okay, I like fighting games, and then show them MBC3. And then they get to pick their favorite Capcom or Marvel characters. And it's a bit of being pushed in the deep end because that game's complicated.
What are those?
But also it helps when you get to see Venom and Nemesis and
get people to
Chris
19
Redfield
inches of Venom.
and Virgil.
Oh, this is
or Dante. It's true.
Which, fun fact, that was caused by a mislabeling of or like a promotion for like the Spider-Man 2 Venom figure. And I love it when the marketing team does shit like that, because it's always funny. Like, you cannot tell me someone on the dev team didn't intend that.
Well, they saw it and they're like, I can overlook this.
Which is why I will always find it funny with Nintendo's fuck up of there ain't no party like a Diddy party, and I will always laugh at that.
There ain't no party like a. Never forget Wiggler Wednesdays. Where they forgot that L in Wiggler.
Oh yeah, they did forget the L in Wiggler.
The official Nintendo account says Wigger Wednesdays, and it's like, whoa.
Ooh, that's really close.
Yeah, and then they took it down, and I think the reply was, oh, someone got a hold of the Nintendo account, or like Waluigi. No, it was Mario had an mistake.
Mario had
with the Nintendo account.
Awesome.
There's something dumb like that.
Hell yeah.
The bunny.
I'm at the amusement park now.
Nice. Did you get the iron pipe?
No, unfortunately. I did get the spear, though. I wasn't able to get the pipe, unfortunately, because I don't know the spot.
I think it's any area that has water in the sewers, but there is a specific circle area that you can stand in that has more water than the rest.
Man, it sucks that launches are tied to triangle in this game. It's kind of annoying.
Well, there is a way you can do it without. I just don't know what button it is. But there is a way to do it without using triangle. But it's you have to perfect dodge. I think it's if you perfect dodge and press a button, I think you can also do the square, but you can uppercut.
The problem is that launchers are tied to like whatever weapon you have on triangle, and it's annoying. Because how to describe this? Because the great sword, every weapon has the launcher speed where it'll depend on which one, if it's gonna be either lickety split or it's gonna be slow. The great sword's slowest launchers, whereas small swords are the fastest, and fists are the fastest as well, but the lowest range. Still kind of annoying.
Yeah, well, that's why you have 2 weapon sets to press left and right on the D-pad to swap between.
Oh yeah.
This gate isn't going to open. Maybe there's another way around.
Okay, Twink 9S. It is still funny to me that Yoko Taro just loves twinks in his games.
Everyone loves one. At least I do. But, Amusement Park might be the best song in the game.
Oh, it is. It's one of my favorites.
I really like you.
It's so good. Although it's probably the shortest stage and the smallest map in the entire game.
They also have 2 of my favorite bosses. Both of the bosses in Amusement Park are great.
Yeah. It's just kind of sad that it's the smallest map in the game. There's not really much here.
Yeah. But it also has the most change. As the...
We're getting resistance signals from that building.
It has set pieces that change with, like, the concert starting after you do it the first time, and then the statue coming to life, and...
I still don't know how to get that thing to trigger, by the way.
Coming to life, aka the easiest, or
we need
well,
a way
not
through.
easiest, but
Let's
best
look around for a route
farming method for XP.
Still don't know how to unlock the
That's the
fucker.
best farming method.
You have
I
to
did
go
it
through ending. You have to get endings A through D first.
Oh, and
I
it
did
unlocks
it
the
once
secret
by
boss.
accident. I don't know how he figured it. He was just there at some point. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know how he did it, but he's there. I was gonna say, I thought he might have unlocked with 9S's golden mini bosses, but then also I think the statue is still inaccessible even then.
Man, the spear is so fun in this game.
Yeah.
Spears are just the best weapon in most games, I feel. Spears are just built different. They're built historically accurate, that being really powerful.
To engage it in combat, the player must deal a set very high amount of damage. It'll cancel a enemy. I thought there was some kind of prerequisite.
You probably just did it at that time and you thought that was it.
No, because I specifically remember looking up how to get to max level, and they specifically said, like you have to go through this thing. Oh, it might have been that way so that you're around level 60 or so. So that way you actually have a chance.
Ah, I see. So you gotta get the damn thing to trigger by just doing a lot of damage.
The usual way I activated him, once I was high enough level, I would just charge up the laser for Quake. Because, you know, when you start fighting it, like the other enemies are going to be included as well. So usually recommending to clear those out first. Well, neutral. But then, like, if they're all gone and the guy wasn't active, I just shoot the laser at him. It was fun.
That's how I ended up triggering it by accident, is I just wailed on him, and by accident he's active now. And he's about to kick my ass. Guess I'll die.
Well, I'm trying to trigger him. I want to fight him.
You might need it for
a lot
while,
of damage.
Uh,
Is it a bunch of damage all at once, or is
I think it's a lot of damage all at one time.
oh, so like in a
Because I
single
remember trying
string.
to trigger him by like attacking him and shooting at him, but it didn't work.
There you gotta like have like a DPS thing going on where you have to like you have to do a shit ton of damage in a quick succession. That's what I'm assuming.
it was World? That'll solve all your damage issues.
I like how Nier's world is big yet also not big at the same time.
Oh, it's super small, but it's very dense and compact and layered.
That's why, like, I compared it earlier to Ocarina of Time, because Ocarina of Time, not a very big map, but there's a lot more complexity than you think, and a lot more hidden areas than you think.
I need to beat Ocarina of Time. I played it up until like the well, and I never made it past the well because I just never. Oh, I don't know why I stopped at the well. I think I just burned out.
Which is weird because Ocarina is not really a long game. At least not long in the once you know where everything is, it's relatively short. Because I know first time playthroughs are like what 10 to 13. Like for like a first time, then after that the time gets significantly lowered. Because a lot of the reason people say Zelda Ocarina was super fun to explore is because the hype of it coming out and it being a brand new thing or brand new take on action games or adventure games. So that's probably just exploration and all that junk. Whereas now it's like we have full guides explaining what to do and how to do it.
These machines are heavily armed. We'll regret it later if we let them escape. So let's take them out.
It's a product of its time, and a very good product. But a product.
Same with DMC1. Very good product of its time, but also a pain in the ass on anything above because it was a product. It was the first of its kind. And first of its kind games vary from done really well the first time, but could be easily done better with the sequel or other shit.
What's this? Some kind of crystal?
Yeah. You play Ocarina of Time, and then half of the people that play Ocarina of Time are going to tell you, man,
Plant cell.
play Majora's Mask. It's so much darker and more mature. And it's like, okay.
Then you play it, and it's like, oh, it's a
and
timer.
You get to play.
Timer isn't that bad, though.
Yeah. The Ocarina and the 3D remake, they kind of made it worse because the timer's a lot more stricter. Because in the original game, you can pop a single
Not
song.
really, because you can just play the reverse Song of Time, which doubles the timer.
Yeah,
Like, it
but
causes the timer to tick slower.
I know that with the remake, they messed with the timers, though. I know for damn sure they did.
What's this?
Because people did comparisons where apparently in the OG game, the timer was a lot more lenient, even with the reverse Song of Time, to like double it. And it was a lot of time to the point people were doing one-day challenges of like beating the game in one day. Whereas 3D, it's a smaller timer, but it's so you can guarantee to basically use the rewind time mechanic instead of relying on the, oh, I'm barely going to be using this mechanic because time reverse is slowed down for so long.
If you want to call me Nines, it's totally okay.
It's the Dead Rising thing, basically.
Oh,
I think the DS just has worse issues than the timer, I feel. I think if people could complain about the DS version, it should be the fact that there's a higher frame rate fucks up all of the Deku form platforming is significantly harder because the little hops across the water don't get you as far, and you don't get as much hang time in the air for flying.
Well,
so all of the platforming has changed from this is pretty lenient to pixel perfect platforming.
I don't know about the frame rate, because
Yeah,
technically it's an
why
whole
you
new engine.
attack. Like, you run, you attack, and then the spin carries your momentum across the water.
Whereas I think they changed that in the remake, unless I'm bullshitting, and they didn't.
I am speaking of the remake.
Okay, then I'm bullshitting then. Like, it's not bad. Far from it. It's just the fact that because Majora is N64 is the one everyone played for the most part for years, like Ocarina, and learned to break the game. Like I said, it's the Dead Rising thing, where people learn all these routes and little skill checks, whereas, oh, you mess with the timers, now my routes are all fucked up.
When in reality, a casual player just won't care.
Yeah.
Playing this work. And plus, the 3DS version makes it easier thanks to the Bomber's Notebook actually giving you a schedule for the character.
Oh, yeah.
You're able to fully keep track of every NPC in the game.
Yeah. Like I said, it's mostly for people that, how to describe this, because I remember at launch, I saw the game and it's like, oh, this looks super fun. I didn't get it though, for the main fact I was interested in other stuff. Mainly, I think it was not Rodea. It was another game for the 3DS. Was it Smash? No, not Smash. Because I know Smash 4 came out like in 2014, but no, I'm thinking more like Arena or Majora. I'm trying to remember what game in 2015 for 3DS I wanted to get. Because when I looked at the 3DS game, I immediately knew like the people were either that were bitching about it were the type that were just like upset that their balancing got changes. Because I think one of the only critiques I did agree with was the changing of the bosses, where the bosses were changed into classic Zelda puzzle bosses, where it's like, oh, shoot the eye and that stuff. And why is my camera messed up? What the? Oh, it's top down now. Okay, camera, can you stop bugging out and doing that?
That's the thing with this fight. It's automatically going to move around from there. It's up to you to try and get it right.
Yeah, I forget this boss did that, and I don't like that. Oh!
It helps with the bullet hell, though. Also, yes, as you said, best boss fight in the game. I must agree. I really like the tank, though, that is also in this area. I think the tank is just the right amount of fun.
Oh, yeah. But, like, yeah. The 3D remake is not bad. Far from it. It just depends on what you prefer. Because, obviously, thanks to the recomp for Majora existing now, some people are going to be like, oh, they prefer the original N64 version, and some people prefer the 3DS version. And it's not just up to preference now.
I prefer the 3DS version just because there's so many quality of life.
If we take hacking damage, it'll affect our bodies as well.
Yeah, like there's a lot of quality of life improvements in the remake that I will agree is good, like the Notebook, as you said. I think it's just the fact that do you prefer the original because like it's a lot more, what's the word? Not hardcore. less handholdy, if there's a word for it. I'm trying to sound dickish.
Corpses.
Because you know how some people
I
are.
wouldn't say the remake is handholdy either.
I don't know. It's just that some people get really upset when you give them the slightest help in a game, a la S&T Strange Journey Redux's apps,
being attacked with dead androids?
Wait,
which, you know, can be completely ignored.
I'm detecting black box signals. They aren't dead. They've been turned into weapons.
All right. This ends now.
Because you know how some people be, like, they don't like it when their quote-unquote hardcore, more mature game gets, casual friendly. You know those fan bases, which easily can be ignored. God damn it, I hate it when the camera does it. It does it without warning. Jesus.
Just get better at anticipating the unanticipatable.
Why is it even zoomed in this close?
My guess is it's supposed to replicate the fact that he's catching you and completely fucking up
Analyze the enemy's
your
hacking pattern. I'm going to try to
camera
hack it
and
back.
stuff.
Keep it busy.
You got it.
Because you aren't technically in full control of your character at this exact second. I think.
Correct.
I would interpret it as. So she's. Blame her, the boss itself, for fucking up your camera, not the game, because she's doing this to you on purpose.
Yeah. Then again, there are times where just developer oversight.
Triggered by enemy consciousness data.
It can so much of it can only be explained as, yes, it's meant to be theming for the insert NPC doing this to your character.
You forget the fact that Yoko Taro inserted a text novel in the middle of Gestalt, a 20 to 40 minute text adventure.
Didn't you also say he also did that because he ran out of budget?
Yeah, he also ran out of money.
So that's probably an explanation for it.
Yeah. Developer oversight in spending all of your budget on a big game with 4 routes. And even then, the routes are made explicitly to save money.
Oh, 100%. Also, why does Snake come out of her? Shit! Christ! I keep forgetting that getting 2 shots the norm.
I feel bad for this boss just because of what you learn in Route B
Oh, it's really depressing.
as 9S.
Which is why I have
And then you realize that you've met the NPC that did that crap to them, and it's like, I suddenly
Are we
want to
seriously
kill
being
you.
attacked with dead androids?
Which, the funny thing as
remember why
well is
NPCs
also
did it.
why I named this thumbnail as, or the thumbnail as, Yoko Taro's poorly disguised trauma sim. Because it is.
What did you say, Doc?
I was to say, I don't remember who did this to them, so I'm blanking on
John Paul.
that. Oh, the fucker that's asking you for money to fund his business, and he rips his top hat.
Yeah.
And you realize he's just a playboy.
Yeah.
Does he even get his comeuppance later on, or is it just another thing entirely?
Technically. Because you gotta remember, Pascal's build basically goes up in flames.
I was gonna say, I think 90% of the NPCs are dead by the end anyways. So even if you don't give him his comeuppance, I'm pretty sure he's dead anyways.
God damn it. The stupid shockwave keeps messing with me. Because this stupid camera.
I've almost analyzed the enemy's hacking pattern. I'm going to try to hack it back. Keep it busy.
You got it.
Alert. Saturation attack
The
triggered
fact
by
that that little
enemy
dinky
conscious
robot
escape.
did this much to her.
Failure to destroy it quickly.
Fuck!
Well, technically, he started it, and then she kept trying to win his affection. And then he was just an asshole the entire way through.
Man, man, she hits hard. It's not even like her,
Oh,
her
yeah.
melee.
Even
It's
on normal, she hits hard.
like even on like even her projectiles, like that's like half your health. Jesus Christ.
Wait, I don't think... 2B! I'm detecting black box signals. They aren't dead. They've been turned into weapons.
All right. This ends now.
I also like how this game throws you in a false sense of security the whole time, making you think it's just a robots learning to feel thing, when in reality it's a lot more depressing than that, and realize that humanity's just kind of fucked.
Yeah. Unless you play Nier yourself beforehand, and then you play this game, and the entire plot is, this is all pointless. I played the last game. There actually is no way to, this is all fruitless.
Yeah, humanity's pretty much gone, which, unless you're going with the whole thing with the alternate timeline thing, which, yeesh, the fact that Dragon Guard 3 went with that and Yoko Taro went with that is hurting my head a bit. Because now this verse, because now that if you think about it, now even the anime is canon, because the alternate timelines are a thing, so that means there's variations of the same world. Because a chord shows up in that game, or in the anime.
The enemy's hacking pattern.
And like I said, she's essentially the Near-verse, or
You got it.
Draken Near-verse version of G-Man. She just exists to make sure everything doesn't fuck up too much. Or even further.
Saturation attack triggered by enemy consciousness data. Failure to destroy it quickly may lead to serious damage in memory regions.
It's kind of a burst filled with fucked up evil people.
Fuck! It's that stomp. I keep forgetting that it exists, and even if I dodge the stomp, I still gotta worry about the shockwave. Yeah, this is definitely meant to be some sort of player funnel. 100%. Because, like, the sudden amp in damage is crazy.
Are we seriously being attacked with dead androids?
Wait, I don't think... 2B! I'm detecting black box signals. They aren't dead. They've been turned into weapons.
All right. This ends now.
You think Yoko Taro just wakes up and asks himself, how do I make my fan base cry today?
Not really. I think he asked himself that part of and then he goes from there.
Which I think me and Duck had a talk one time on who's the more cocaine-filled developer, Suda or Yoko Taro, and Doc agreed with Suda because Yoko Taro will be in your face about how nihilistic everything is and everything sucks, whereas Suda will have a weird banana-eating minigame also fighting a shark, and it somehow has a theme of how we live in a society where we take things for granted and just eat things despite our lives being always at risk.
I would describe them as they're fucked up in the ways that Suda is manic in the sense of like being bipolar, like that type of manic, where yes, everything's depressing, but because everything's so crazy, you don't really recognize it as such. And then Yoko Taro is just pure depression.
And he wants to let everyone know, and he wants to make everyone suffer for it. It's like, oh, you want to be happy? Well, too bad.
That's too bad. Yeah, I think I described it as the spectrum between Yoko Taro is on the
Saturation attack triggered by enemy
being super serious, sincere about it, and then Suda is the super unserious, serious about it, where they both hit the same notes. One is like, I'm gonna make my game about psychological issues, about a schizophrenic main character with PTSD. And I can't say who I'm referencing in the Sudaverse, but it's him. And then it's PTSD riddled, nothing matters, schizo is, well, I would call 9S schizophrenic by the end of his campaign. His final campaign.
I'd be willing to call him it just because it fits the definition. But at the same time,
yeah.
I feel like it's a case of he is not schizophrenic because he became that, because like he obviously got infected by, or there was Adam or Eve, and then became schizophrenic.
Yeah. And then I can't say for Killer 7 which character I'm referring to because it's plot spoilers, but they go through the almost same character arc. It's just not the same character arc, but they have the same kind of ailments, but completely separate ends of the spectrum. Not only based on who's writing it, but the character that's taking it. But they're both PTSD-filled schizophrenia. Someone else has done this to me, and now I'm insane. And the like. And then
oh, you mean the hacking?
Right dab in the middle between both of them is Swery.
Are pretty good at that kind of thing.
Swery is the bridge that connects the super sincere, serious aspects of talking about heavy topics and the wacky,
we have to save
still
those
kind of
androids.
serious, but I'm not make light of it, but I'm gonna
their circuits are fine.
have a more
I think they were only being kept alive by the enemy.
Time with it.
Yeah, that's pretty much sums it up. And it's probably why I lean towards Suda more, because he's able to, and I'm more impressed by Suda. Whereas Yoko Taro, really great writer, I feel like he's at his best when he's just cut loose. Kind of. Like, obviously he reins himself in, but he doesn't need anyone else to. He knows when to stop going super crazy. Whereas Suda's like, I'm gonna find a way to make this make sense, and I'm gonna keep doing, and I won't stop until someone kills me.
What is it?
That machine had some pretty weird things to say, huh? It's almost like it had actual emotion.
The machines don't have feelings. You said that yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas Yoko Taro bats you over the head with not bat over the head in depression, more like he bats you over the head with the way the rules of the world work, where this happens like this, there is no changing that, and you can try all you want, you can't fight back. Because in the end, nothing even mattered.
That's a Lincoln
And in the end,
I know, that's exactly what I was trying to do.
just like my favorite divorced dad song.
But you get my point. That's kind of the way that man works. Like, he lets you, he sets the rules of the world right at the beginning, and lets you know this is how it's gonna work, and you're not gonna be able to fight me on this. Also, I keep forgetting what the hell this is. I can't even say it's a Persona 4 reference because that feels like just me being a douche.
Oh no. I don't remember what it is, but behind it is a part of a side quest for 9.
It's a very cool set piece, though. I must admit, even though I completely forget why it's here, like I forgot that it was a side quest for 9S. It's still nice to look at. It's very thematic, if I have a good word for it.
Hostiles.
And now it's time to leave and never come back, except for like the one side quest that takes you back here.
This thing is awfully verbose for a machine.
We repay you. Come to our village.
It could be a trap.
Still, if you're
we should
going
at
for
least
a
head over
meals
there and gather
ending,
data, right?
like past route V, you would actually come back here because to do a meals ending, you have to max out every weapon, and you can find a merchant in this area that sells you like all the stuff
materials
that is harder to find. Not necessarily materials, but like all the stuff that you would need for the upgrades.
I wish I knew there was a merchant here that sold all of the upgrade materials. I mean, I probably did know. I just forgot. I think I just ran around beating the shit out of the enemies that you dropped the specific things with items dropping creatures
you wouldn't
on.
have seen that before. They're sending supplies up from Earth to the moon and the bunker. There are no spare parts or fuel in space, after all.
Pathways that you don't think about. I think the one up to like where the roller coaster area is, you would go into there.
So why don't the machines
and then
the aliens who created them attack the bunker directly?
It would be
they originally
against
came
like
here from
the
outer
one,
space, right?
the wall.
Well, there are a few theories about that.
Away
no one knows for sure.
furthest from
Hard to tell
the
what an
roller
alien is
coaster
thinking,
area.
you know?
I like how it thanks to me playing Drakengard 3, the aliens could be I know the aliens do exist, but it's also heavily implied the aliens are also Drakengard 3 ending spoilers.
Yeah, the aliens, also known as fucking whatever the people in Drakengard 3 are.
Looks like they really don't
you know,
want to fight.
that person.
The Intoners, aka Zero.
Because they're not. Yeah, because they aren't human-sized. Because when he falls from the. Is it? Do we care about Drakengard 3 spoilers if we talk about the ending that leads into this game, or leads into Gestalt that leads into this?
We can't trust anything the
Go ahead.
machines say.
I understand that you see us as the
Okay.
enemy.
For.
Well, anyway,
viewers as well. I will be talking about Breaking Bad 3 spoilers. When Zero falls from the sky into this universe through a portal, she isn't human-sized. She's like an Attack on Titan. She crushes part of a city, where her body is then so unbelievably filled with diseases that these characters can't handle. They then turn into salt, and they are human kind of, but in toners, it's weird because they're aliens, but it's more multiversal than anything. Because aliens cause these games, whether they like you or not. It's just alien to this universe, and by accident, because you died, and you kind of just fell through into here by accident, I think.
Also, yes,
and that's
the
why if you
children
play the
screaming.
beginning of Nier Gestalt, you'll notice that it's snowing, despite the fact that it's in summer. That isn't snow.
Take this to Anemone in the resistance camp. What is it? It's a fuel filter that she requested. Take it to her. It should make it clear that we're a peaceful group. Alright. I'll accept a side quest or a thing over here. I think after this I'm probably going to end stream because I'm getting hot and having my PC and my monitor on is making it really hot in my room.